All right, folks, welcome back. We're in game number 2 in this last best of 3 to see which of these players makes it into the round of 8. Spawning here in the top right corner of the map is, of course, Imaginary Gaming's blue Zerg player, TargA.
The bottom left as the yellow Zerg, it's Petraeus.
So I think... I don't want to be like, oh, his tricks aren't going to work this time around. I mean, TargA made Bly, like, he manhandled Bly. He made that ZVZ look so easy, like he was the king of the world. On it, of course, took a little bit of a rough loss there to Little Bull afterwards. But, yeah, he's not having the best luck in this series. But it's, again, we talk about that opening. When both players open with earlier pools, it really changes the dynamic of things. And it becomes a situation anything but normal, anything but standard.
Yeah. I still don't, like the decision that he made to attack. But it was his, and it's just like the two options that you have. Either try and drone with him or attack and catch him droning, but it did not work out. I'm surprised that Petraeus doesn't go for his own hatch first here, just a little bit. Such a big map. And they both kind of like, I guess, used up their one free early pool card for the first game.
It's like Monopoly. You get the community cards, like...
Yeah. Get on parking, get free... I forget how Monopoly works, never mind.
Go to jail, do not pass go, do not collect $200. Man, oh man, I just feel like there's a show match somehow like we can make out of that. Like, as each player wins, they advance a square, and like you gotta have this... Man, that'd be so cool, it's so complicated! Oh, put a pin in that one, Rifkin.
We're not allowed to play Pokemon anymore because my friend gets, or Pokemon Monopoly, sorry, Pokemon Monopoly anymore because my friend gets really upset about it, and now her boyfriend is convinced that it's a solved game because you're supposed to get, what was it? What do you get? You're supposed to like
Park Place, man.
Yeah, that one. You're supposed to get it, and they're like, yeah, everyone knows that doesn't make it a solved game, but I haven't played it in years.
I feel like those are the games that it's so fun and nostalgic. You're like, man, I want to play Risk. That's gonna be fun. Let's get 6 people together to play Risk.
Amazing. Okay, I love Risk.
No, man, that's
no, it's amazing.
Monopoly, Risk, like these are all ways you lose friends.
Regular Risk is kind of boring because it lasts too long, but like the
new
newer
one
versions of Risk are really cool. Like I really like the future one, like 2114 or whatever. My friend was supposed to get me StarCraft. I really wanted to try that one.
That'd be cool. StarCraft. Yeah, I've seen the little figurines too. It looks kind of cool. But anyways, getting back a point for this game, Petraeus does get a nice scout off here in TargA's base. He's going to see the one gas. You see the pool wiggling, and I think the biggest thing was, of course, that the drones were still on gas and not pulled out of it.
First blood.
They both go for, this. We haven't seen... We cast a lot of ZVZs, and we're going to cast even more. It's guaranteed. But the amount of gas has actually been, like, kind of low. It's usually been, or at least a month ago maybe, it was always the case, like, one person went gasless, one person went gassed. It was, like, the rule of ZVZ at the time. But it's actually been kind of low, on the low side of people deciding to go for that style.
Well, actually, I just realized TargA's scout's going to be really off for this, because he did stay at home to try and kill those lings. Now, he's still probably going to get the scout off here, but Petraeus has gone for at least at the natural, Petraeus has gone for the actual wall off here to make sure that TargA doesn't get to the main. His speed finishes up here at the most awkward time. Like, if Petraeus didn't scout that earlier, he'd know now. But the biggest thing Petraeus is trying to hide is, of course, this Carapace upgrade. It's a really big deal when it comes to Ling Wars. And this is, of course, if you go for the Carapace upgrade this early, you're definitely looking for Ling Wars.
TargA throws down his own Evo chamber, but obviously it's going to be much later. I can only imagine it's for his own +1 Carapace. Well, Petraeus throws down a second. It's like, no? I thought he was going to go for Ling Wars as well. At the very least, make those 20 Lings to attack the third. But with this wall off, he's kind of just, I'm not saying more like a defensive posture. TargA scouts this, he might assume so as well.
Ooh,
also does a Bailey Nest.
Well, Zone +1 starts up too. This is what I find really interesting for TargA. So this is kind of cool because, of course, Carapace upgrades do transition into roaches. You can play it off in the mid game, but the biggest thing it does, and we don't see this often enough to really talk about this all the time anymore, is it lets you soak a Baneling hit. It lets you live after getting a hit from the Baneling. So we're not going to see Zerglings just dissipate instantly anymore.
Petraeus is going to go for an all-in. The second Evo chamber is a fake.
I don't know about fake so much as a necessary wall.
Well, okay, it's both, alright? So, like, it's a great wall, but it's also kind of a fake.
Why not both?
I thought the Roach one was going to be used, but even... Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a
he's not getting
hit,
roaches, so I guess that's also kind of a fake.
Well, whether he faked it or TargA read into the wrong way or not, he's going for a Roach Warren right now, and he only just started pumping out those lings. Those 26 lings just came out of that larva production. I think he was waiting a second or two to just judge what exactly was coming his way, but with a third base down, I mean, okay, the fight's going to be going down here. He's not going to be running past the natural. It's not like Overgrowth, but this is still a point of contention where if TargA loses this base, that's really going to suck.
Oh, there are the banelings. Oh, no, that was really close. That was super, super close. Banelings have to be split.
He'll win the Ling Wars even without those banelings, but ooh, we see him take that hit, and a lot of red Lings going to have to disengage off this. Carapace for TargA, 30 seconds out from finishing.
He has no more banelings though, so he will lose these fights. But 3 queens, a spine crawler. TargA has everything he needs to defend this. Behind this, Petraeus did get a hatchery. They're both going to be on even upgrades, and he can use the second Evo chamber as well as the Roach Warren. So, yeah, they were fakes, and he wasn't going to use them right then and there, but they're all going to lead into a perfectly fine mid-game. Now, the big problem is that he's down by 10 drones, 12 drones.
It's like he brought a gun to a knife fight that was empty, and he found some bullets. There you go. That's my analogy attempt at it. But okay, so one of the big things I think for the follow-up to this is TargA is coming with a counterattack. Petraeus, well, actually gonna pull back. Okay, I was gonna say Petraeus could be on the ropes for a little bit here because he doesn't quite have that same solid defense at this third. But TargA's mining off of it. His spine core has been advanced. There we go. Now he's starting to actually get a bit aggressive.
Well, TargA's gonna have the Plaster +1 as well as Roach Speed. They both. Oh, wait a minute. Petraeus is only just now getting his lair. Alright, so that's going to be pretty late in the Roach Speed. Like, usually Roach Speed is like 30 seconds to maybe a minute behind, and they're not going to attack without it, so, you know, big deal. But it's an entire lair behind. That's a long time not to be able to have any of your own counterattack potential, and it does slightly affect your defense as well.
Still tussling in the middle of the map. It's funny to see so many Lings, of course, with low health for both sides, but again, it's the benefit of soaking a Baneling hit from one Ling. He's gonna actually kill 2 Banelings. This is a hero. Oh, maybe not. Okay, denied. 1 health on that Baneling. 6 city.
Almost. Petraeus is still down in drones. 6. Eventually we'll catch up, but you know this is all about TargA having the droning faster and for longer. It's really gonna make them just skyrocket ahead in terms of Roach numbers. Now, this doesn't mean that Petraeus is going to lose the game. It is a numbers versus numbers game, but like maybe a spine crawler in there, maybe a couple of queens on the front, and, you know, defender's advantage, of course, and he can still win out when it comes to like maybe a 20 army supply difference. Anything more than that, and that's just it. It doesn't matter what you have.
Army supply difference aside.
Game pause.
TargA pauses the game.
Okay.
That's what unfortunately I was gonna say. Like, as he about to type, "Hey, by the way, you should know I have a ton of roaches coming." Like, so this is gonna get rough for Petraeus. Maybe not tunnel vision per se, but you know he did focus a lot on what was a lot of Zerglings, a lot of Banelings. Like that was a lot of larvae that did not go towards those roaches. And as we see from TargA, like he's marching with 1-1 already complete. His speed's well done, and Petraeus is. He's forced into the worst situation possible. There's not enough spines for this. His roach count's way too low. I mean, this I don't think he could hold this.
40 army supply difference, upgrade difference as well. TargA is going to take his first game in this series, going to the ace match.
I'm okay with that though. GG is going to be called, and you're right. This will go to the ace match. So now tied up 1-1. Fantastic.